Welcome to the Dragon's Tome. We're back. We're back, everyone. We're
The
back.
boys are back in town.
It
The
is
boys
true.
are back.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Let's hope there's not going to be a fight
That's right.
or any of the other shenanigans that happen in that song.
Yeah, do they even name the girl in that song? I forget.
Oh, I didn't know.
Her
You
name's
talked about the
Lizzie.
song.
No, that's the name of the band.
Thin.
Thin Lizzie.
She's
Okay.
a skinny bitty.
We're referencing a property from yonder years, so we
Is
might as
it
well.
from '87?
It might be. Which
Maybe it was Gary
coincidentally,
Gygax's favorite band.
we are December 1987.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Episode. Oh well, thank you.
You were
Thank
what?
you. December baby.
You were 22
This
at the
would
time.
be what?
You were 22 at this point.
Yes, yes. I had already been drafted into a life of freewheeling, motorcycle riding,
Just for more seconds.
drugs.
Is this when you learned to hate the 1984 Van Halen album?
No, no, I did. Everything up until this point has been nonsense, but I do hate the Van Halen 1984 album for a very good reason. But let's not digress. We're on a schedule here.
We should
We're on
talk
a
about that
schedule.
in '84.
Let's go. We are. This is issue 128. The cover. When I first saw it, I thought, "Hey, that looks like a Phil Folio." Just some of the lines and some of the artistic choices. It's not.
The face of that, whatever that thing is supposed to be, a troll or dragon troll or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Demon.
And I don't know who snuck up on who. Everyone looks surprised in this situation.
Yeah.
But I thought this was an enjoyable cover. What about you, you two lads?
Well, the Quaker Oats guy doesn't look like is the only one that looks surprised to me.
Quaker Oats. It's Daniel Horn did this cover. He's a great artiste.
He is a good artist. This is a good thing. We are taking just stabs just for fun.
He said, how many pluses does the sword have in it?
Well, because it's all black, I'm assuming it's akin to Stormbringer.
So he's gonna take his life and murder him in the end.
Well, he'll take the soul of that guy and give him the strength, and then he'll probably kill the Quaker Oats guy because the sword is cursed and evil.
It's true.
Well, this turned dark.
Well,
what did the Quaker Oats guy do?
Nothing.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
It's whatever happens to Elric at all times. Anyone that becomes his friend also becomes snack for the sword.
Them's the rules.
Well, you learn something new every day. Anyways, I liked the cover. I liked the fact that his dragony wings kind of matched the air, so I imagine that's how he camouflages himself.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Himself
I thought they were they were skeletal, but no, you're right. They're actually blocking out some of the territory.
Yeah.
Weird.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens to these two in the adventures of Quaker Oats and Stormbringer. Patent pending.
Patent pending.
His socks look like the U.S. flag.
They are a bit stripy. And he's not armored. He's not a knight. He looks like basically in peasant garb. So some could argue his pajamas. I don't know where he got that dope sword, but hopefully it pulls him through. And so that's enough of the cover. Let's move on. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's do it.
Who wants to start? I think Rob's going to start today, and I think he's going to tell us what page we're going to go for our first article.
Let's go to page 18.
18.
I think it's 18.
Right.
I think it's 18.
It's
actually
20.
Yes,
Hopefully it's
it
not
is
either
18.
18 or 20 because that's both of mine. So
Okay, we don't have to do 18. I could do something else then. Let's go to page 36 then instead.
36 it is.
we
Game.
didn't even confirm that that's the one you wanted. You just bailed on
Yeah,
that pretty fast.
He did
well,
say
you
it was
said
18. I heard
you
him
said it
say.
was 18, yeah. And you said don't be
Okay,
18. And I said okay, it's not 18.
or
36
20.
or 20. I didn't do 20. Uh 36, the game Wizards, aka the game Lizards.
Mr.
It's
Ward, RIP.
yeah, this is the RIP. The state of TSR pretty much. They're just talking about what's happening in TSR and how to get published and their product schedule. The how to get published is pretty much you're never going to be published, so don't even try. And and the product schedule is a lot of shitty licensed board games and Buck Rogers stuff because Lorraine Williams needs that cash and
Oh, that's right. Her family owned Buck Rogers. That's right. I forgot about that.
so they keep pumping out these Buck Rogers things nobody wants. And otherwise, it's just setting in adventure books because second edition's coming and they're not going to do anything special yet. But it is nice to see that they're still supporting Marvel superheroes in Top Secret. They're still got them in their dockets for now.
Yeah, well, Top Secret should be in a second edition by now. I think just recently too,
Yeah,
right?
it's Top Secret SI. That's the second edition one.
That's right.
And yeah, and Marvel Superheroes is coming to the end. I don't think it's much longer that they have the license, so I think a couple years. So should be interesting when that happens, but we'll see. Big foots are coming. Couple years, big things are changing. So
Yeah, we're gonna be turning. Oh, Car Tour box set comes out.
yep, Karatura, which is the Oriental Adventures, and also Forgotten Realms in Greyhawk. Like it's all settings and adventures. That's it. So
Yeah,
that's it. That's all I just wanted to point out that Lorraine Williams wants to make some Buck Rogers money, and nobody's doing it. Nobody cares.
Well,
well, because that second season of Buck Rogers was the worst, and I think that's what killed that whole franchise.
How dare you? Hawk
how
is the
dare
best.
you? Hawk was a treasure.
Hawk was, but that whole season was horrible. Even Hawk couldn't save it.
Well, they own the rights from the strips back in the day, so I don't know. I wonder if it included the TV rights too. I'm not sure.
I think the cover was the Gil Gerard cover, or the Gil Gerard picture from the movie posters.
Not in the newest one, I know, but maybe in the original one. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anywho, that was
Yes.
mine.
State of the Union address for the TSR company. What do we say, Pat? You give me a
Give you
page,
a
and we'll find.
I hope it's
What
18.
are we up to?
give you a what's for.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to page 18.
Do you stealing Jack's
perfect.
anyways?
I
I
didn't.
lied. Let's go to page 10.
Oh, you
Page what?
10.
10.
10.
You're just Trixie.
I'm just tricksy.
Ah,
And
yes.
we are here. Welcome to Waterdeep.
Yep.
One of the few articles in this issue that caught my eye. It was a hard one for me to get through. I'm not gonna lie, but I did see that Ed, long-time listener, long-time friend of the show, wrote a nice little introduction to Waterdeep and the surrounding areas. Even that that if you didn't have the campaign box, this was a nice little intro.
This is before the campaign box comes out. This is it.
Yeah, the
This is
first edition one. Yeah.
This is the first introduction to Waterdeep. First mention of Waterdeep.
You get a nice little nifty heck match and everything in, and all the different areas surrounding by it. I think even so far is to draft up an encounters table too.
Yep, there's
Later
the
on
encounters tables. Yep.
Yeah, so I thought it was a nice little. Being a Forgotten Realms fan, this is a nice little introduction to the what they call it, Gem in the North or something like that. I can't remember. City of Splendors was Waterdeep,
but yeah, we
Gateway to the North or something like that. Yeah,
we definitely adventured through some of this lands in playing. So
yeah,
this is a very familiar map.
So you're saying Waterdeep doesn't just disappear, have a brief moment in time, and then dust in the wind?
negative.
Maybe there's even a board game eventually made
out
of it.
What is weird about Waterdeep is Waterdeep then all of a sudden everything in the Forgotten Realms kind of just moves around, but then it finally centers on Waterdeep, and it just kind of spirals from there. Which is because there was another city, and I can't remember the damn name, that was further south than Waterdeep, where
But there's definitely
uh,
Neverwinter. That's north, I think, because
Neverwinter's
Neverwinter
is
is
up.
from the
Yeah,
video
it's up.
games.
It's also the thing, but
Neverwinter
I'll have to
Nights
jog my
was
memory.
an
It's been a
amazing
long
game.
time since I went through the Waterdeep
Hmm.
thing, but
I'll just assume it's called Baldur's Gate, and we can move on.
That's there too, I think. Or is
it
it?
is there.
I think it's in Forgotten Realms.
It is. But that's the introduction to Waterdeep coming down the pipeline, and very excited to see the campaigns that come out.
Very
I mean,
nice.
I get back into D&D a little bit afterwards, but I was reading the Forgotten Realms books as they were coming out. So
Fun times, Waterdeep.
Good times. Good times. Okay, I think we all know where we're going. Page 18 for me.
Oh, I thought it was going to be 20.
I could have just said page 70,
Hey, that's
but
one of mine.
no. This is a review for a book called Role Playing Mastery by Gary Gygax. And John C. Bunnell does not pull any punches on this in this review.
No.
I've never read the book, so in fact, I'd never even heard of it, so I don't even have a frame of reference. But going by what this review kind of, um, I'm not gonna say it's a bad review, but certainly that he says that the two main points that he makes is that the book is kind of a little all over the place on its what its goal is. It's both a book for a novice who wants to know what role playing is, but also then assumes you know what role playing is um, and treats you like it's how to win the game of role playing,
Yeah.
which the reviewer kind of takes umbrage with the fact that there is a way to become a master role player and to perfect a skill in that regard. Um, and in the end, it has ways to find gaming groups and some other things that may have been helpful to some people. But again, tonally, with it being a little scattershot, the end of the review basically asks who the book would be for or why
Why do even write it?
yeah,
yeah why
it?
someone would need it. So
Yeah, this is one of mine too. And at some point, I guess he implies that being a master RPGer, you have to do many campaigns, tournaments, and write for magazines. So it's such a weird thing. And it's almost like he wants the mastery of role playing mastery to be like chess masters, like it's an actual status, you know? Like it's such a weird thing to want for role playing. It's
may,
I don't
yeah,
know.
maybe I
But imagine Gygax just writing this whole book, and it's just an odd thing to write. I don't know. Maybe he just realizes that he could write anything and people would buy it. So
but also it keeps his name out there. It might have been something he'd been working on for a while. It's an income stream. There might be any number of reasons, but again, I never heard of it.
no, me neither.
yeah.
And
I don't remember seeing it either. But at this point, I'm out of the game, guys.
but yeah, sounds like pretty yeah, kind of it says role playing mastery right on the cover, and by Gygax, so you're like, oh, I'm gonna buy that, and then it's really useless. So
Yeah, yeah. Hey, your hobby that you are trying to enjoy is now another job.
yeah,
If you want to do it right, like you could be a loser, but if you want to do it right, and here are the
Yeah.
gates that I'm keeping that will keep you from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Weird. Strange thing.
weird,
But
weird.
Gygax was always kind of like that. He was always like, it's not about having fun. It's about playing the game right. Like it always seemed to me like that was his goal, anyways. So this book doesn't surprise
Right.
me.
To win at RPG, you had to master RPG, not hey,
It's supposed to
this
be
is a
having
pretty
fun. Yeah.
fun yeah, it's a pretty fun thing to do. You get it down and the world is your oyster. Yeah. But
Odd.
okay. Well, that was my first article. Rob, what's your second?
Well, you guys stole all my other articles, so I'm down to my last article already.
Good. That's how this show was pitched to me.
I think that's a lie.
No, it isn't. It's true. You guys stole all my other articles. One was Waterdeep and one was this one.
Oh.
So I'm going to go page 76.
Oh, that's mine.
I thought you said you weren't doing this one.
I'm just lying.
This is,
When did he say that?
I don't know. He's a liar.
Oh,
You
This
said
is-
it before the show.
This is the new Captain America. This is Johnny Walker.
Johnny.
Eventually becomes U.S. agent, but at the time,
Johnny.
he's just the Captain America. This is my Captain America because the first Captain America books I read was this Johnny Walker.
Oh, was it really? That's interesting.
Well, that's the time. What year is this? 1987.
Yeah, that wasn't my Captain America.
That was when I started really collecting other comic books other than GI Joe. So,
well, he's my U.S. agent.
it's true. Later, like he's much better as U.S. agent, I think. But
Yeah, he's my U.S. agent also, and then he
I
kind
liked
of goes crazy anyways.
I liked him as Captain America because he was crazy too. Because they're like all Captain America's old enemies are like, I know how to fight him, and all of a sudden he's just murdering people. And it's like, oh, it's not the same guy.
Yeah.
I remember when it was who was the two guys? It wasn't Flag Smashers. Was it Flag Smashers? Maybe he just tied them to oil derricks and blew them up. It was like nice.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that one, but yes, it seems like something he'd do.
It is something he'd do, but it's also if you watch the what was the name of that show? Anyways, the not Civil War. What was it? The
No.
new Marvel show.
Oh, Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That's what it was. This is the Captain America that's in that, and it also has the Bucky from that, which is the Lamar Hoskins who doesn't last long. Spoilers, but
And they did him so dirty in that show.
In the TV show?
I think it was pretty good.
First of all, the whole show, the entire premise is so silly that even when they're trying to preach to you, you can't get over the.
Jack hates everything that's post Endgame, so let's just mention that.
It's kind of true.
He's a government agent, but he can't get a business loan. So,
ask how many like special forces guys have that problem. I'm sure it happens all the time.
He's currently, but that aside, the first 20 minutes is Falcon throwing people out of helicopters and killing random pilots and stuff, like just in horrific ways. And then when Johnny Walker kills a terrorist, they touch, and he wags his finger. What? How dare you? I'm like, did you not watch your own episode number 1 of this series? Like, we witnessed war crime after war crime.
Wow, the point was there was no cameras on the other ones. He got caught doing it. That's a difference.
I guess you're right.
That's the point, right? That's the point they're trying to make. Don't get caught.
Let's get back to the episode, anyways.
His hypocrisy knows no bounds.
This isn't the Marvel Cinematic Universe TV show.
This is the Marvel file.
We have to talk about Demolition Man, D-Man. I've never even heard him called Demolition Man. He's always just D-Man to me. And I always wondered, why did he have Wolverine's mask? That was always my question about D-Man.
I always wondered why he had Wolverine's old costume, like his prototype costume.
Well, it's that, and it's also Daredevil's costume.
Yeah, he went to the secondhand store and bought
I think he just bought parts. Yeah,
bought parts. Got the hat, the mask off the rack, and then he kind of did a reacher and just bought old clothes and put them together.
Poor guy.
I didn't see the Daredevil until now. I can't not see the Daredevil aspect as well.
They also have the Flakes. What?
It's like the middle is Daredevil, and then the rest is Wolverine.
Yeah. Yeah, and they also have Flag Smasher and a bunch of Ultimatum terrorist group.
Oh, we were just talking about him.
It wasn't that Flag Smasher. I think it was. I can't remember if it was.
It might say in the history.
No, it was. This was much after this, I'm sure.
Okay.
Anyways, Captain America, my Captain America, the true Captain America, Johnny Walker.
Not my Captain America.
Hashtag not my Captain America.
My Captain America took a bullet.
What?
Spoilers.
If you don't know by now, then Jesus.
Oh my gosh. If he was shot and he's dead, then he's dead for sure.
He won't come back only a year later.
Yeah. You know.
No,
That's
God, no. There'd be
just
no
like-
reasonable explanation for that.
just like when Superman died.
He took a little longer at least.
Not that much longer.
He had all those other Supermen that was kicking around.
Yeah, but he was back within a blink of an eye, and those other Supermen stayed.
Some of them.
Well, we can all agree that deaths in comic books, it's scroll nonsense.
It's subjective.
Yeah. So
Only if
To
you
the
die,
almighty
you turn into a
dollar.
scroll.
It's subjective to the almighty dollar.
yeah, whatever they needed to bump the sales a bit. Okay. Well then, Pat,
This
what's
is gonna
your
be
set
the
of
quickest episode ever.
second
Oh.
article? No, I disagree.
Like I said, I'll reiterate again. This one was a hard one for me, and these are all brand new to me because I wasn't actively playing or buying Dragon magazines anymore. I think I even let my subscription lapse around this time because I was in California.
How'd you not do the mutant one? That's for Gamma World or the Chopper
If you let
Power?
me, if you let me finish,
Oh,
He
I thought you
hasn't
said.
said what his article
we're
is.
going to
Oh,
go to page 66.
Oh, I thought he was I thought he was getting to the point where he's going to say that was all my articles. I was like, there's tons of them.
No. This will be my last article. That's honestly.
I was going to say there's Gamma World. If you didn't cover
Yeah.
Gamma World, who would?
So this is again, this is a nice little name generator for Gamma World. I thought it was very interesting. I liked it. It gave a little form on how you can name your characters, with the surname and the middle and the title, blah, blah, blah. But there is a ton of names here, so there's no excuse for anyone not to have a Gamma World name, mutant name.
Yeah.
So would this match? Because I know the Gamma World animals have kind of silly names, like in the creatures, and you think this is a way to like kind of keep that flavor. That's a thing in the world,
Mhm.
world building.
I think yes. If I remember right, and if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments. But I seem to remember that some of the mutants actually were Native American-esque, Middle Eastern-esque with their naming. Like look at the Middle Eastern. Ibn is like son of, and these kind of things work in that sense with the work of this. So almost Native American, in a sense. So
Okay. Well,
I'm a boom besh. Booma besh, maybe. I'm a booma besh.
you are a boomabash.
did you not get past the bees?
That was the first one I saw.
You should be a booma exploding because you do explode.
I'm a booma besh. I'm an exploding member of a large insect family.
That is true. That is true. I don't think anyone can deny that.
That's true.
I'd have to go back and see what I got. Did I make a mutant? I did make a mutant. I have to go back and look.
Oh, my actual mutant. He's a vampire, a corpulent vampire.
Do we have a vampire in this one?
I don't
Yeah,
think
we
so.
do at the end. Soul, I believe. If we scroll down.
Oh yeah, Soul.
Yeah. But we're not going to be able to play Game World, so
Yeah, you're gonna have to cut it.
Is there corpulent?
Corpulent.
oh,
I'm sure there is. There's a lot here to scroll and look for corpulent, but
Oh
is
well.
Game World the game that had the blobby amorphous guys?
no, that was Star Frontiers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I would have played.
it would have
Well.
been good. Well, one of these days we'll play Star Frontiers too, because that actually is my favorite of the TSR games left over.
Leftover.
Yeah, before it gets
Mm,
sullied.
Goo is called mish, Jack, if you must know.
All right, so you can be soul mush.
there's also am for shapeless and arl for slime. So there's a
Oh, it could be.
plenty of
Shapeless would be a good one.
yeah. Anywho, I guess that leaves me for my second and final article. And if we could go to page 20.
No, I'm still reading these.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
To
knew that you were
believe
gonna.
or not to believe.
I'm glad you took this one because I was hoping that you would have taken it.
It's by Todorowski. Todorowski.
Yes, we are not in Kansas anymore, Samurai Jack. Um, Believe or not to believe is a kind of uh, addressing of the problems with illusionists,
That they suck.
the how you can get in the weeds pretty quickly, and they uh, they kind of couch it by saying, yeah, there's a lot of things you could do, but this is kind of like a hey, how about we get a single mechanic for illusions that has to do with your level, the illusionist level, and their wisdom, and then everything about illusions at that point is flavor text.
Yes.
So it was an attempt to kind of like, hey, everyone, yeah, can you smell illusion? It doesn't matter. How does it hurt? It doesn't matter.
It
This
doesn't.
this is the system,
Yeah.
which kind of streamlines things, but also would probably make the people with questions angry,
Furious.
furious. So, speaking of furious, we're going to go to page 21 of the PDF, page 19 of the magazine itself, and we're going to look at the chart. How did this get published?
You hate it because they're not lined? Is that what it is?
The kerning on this
Why are some
is
letters? I hate that they do this in the credits page. Why do some have a space between like 20 as a 2 and then a space in the 0? Why do they do that?
it's called kerning, and it has to do with certain fonts don't work well with other certain fonts, and it is uh, a horror show. Nothing lines up. It's all over the
Oh,
place. And if I were to try and use this chart,
Jack's anxiety, I can just feel it through the screen.
so this is an illusion making me feel anxious,
And you've since failed that
and
illusion
I have
save.
failed because my wisdom is not enough, and my level is far too low. Whoever cast this illusion, they got to me. It
I
broke
will
me.
say when I read this article though, I feel like this is kind of almost a rehash of that last article many magazines ago that you covered about illusions and damage and the types of illusions they were. Remember that one?
Yes, that there are two ends of the spectrum. That one went to answer as many of the questions as possible and then give like, hey, this is the answer to that. Can you see illusions in the dark and all like
Yeah.
any of those nonsense
I just
minutia.
that one went on forever. That article went on forever.
And this is here's a system. Everything around it is basically flavor.
And for to prove his case, he casted the illusion of this chart that
Yes,
But
Jack can't accept.
Jack failed his saving throw.
Yeah.
I did. I did. So yeah, unfortunately, illusionists, as far as I know, stay illusionists. Eventually become a subclass of magic users, correct?
I think what they have in second edition is that school's a magic thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
They fall
conjuration
into
and
schools.
yeah.
In first edition, they're a subclass of magic user.
But I
In
think
second
that
edition, I think they become a school of magic.
yeah, there's all just schools of magic. Yeah.
So we'll see as time goes on. They must, since
I
they don't get cut at any point, they
I
must be
hate
a fan
magic.
favorite. So like, it's not my jam, but illusionists must have had a proud and noble
Why did I think
tradition.
you like playing magic user for some reason, Rob? I knew
Me?
you liked playing paladins, and then for some reason I knew that you didn't mind
I,
playing
I
magic.
I literally I don't think I've ever played a magic user in my life.
Oh, I wonder who I was thinking of then.
Not me.
Was it me?
Jack, you don't play magic users either.
No, I hate them.
Well, all
We
I
had a
know is
friend
that
we had a friend who was a
all,
magic user, and he was a pain
all
in
I
the
know
ass. So
all I know is that maybe you guys should learn to embrace them
yeah.
for one day.
For one sweet moment when we're alive.
Well, yeah, I'm much more of a martial class. I like punching things.
Yeah.
Jack, you're a
So,
thief. I think Jack's a thief.
Given
or
my
cleric.
druthers,
You like your clerics too, don't you?
if I have to go martial, then it's a cleric.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
For the role playing, basically.
No magic users.
No,
We believe
none.
in the
No David
non-magic use.
Copperfields. No,
That's
what's
right.
that guy? No David Blaine's.
No David Blaine's for sure.
My mom always said that she hated that kind of magic because she felt that they were trying to fool her, and I was like, "That's the point."
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
old Penn and Teller. Okay, well, that was my second article. We're right on time, right on schedule. We're doing this right. So let's, Rob, what's your first ad? What's your ad?
I had 2 ads. I'm just make sure I had no more articles. We never talked about
I,
King's Table. That there's a huge game in the middle of this book, which is based on the
I
old Norse. It's like chess but Norse
yeah, see, I
or
left that
Go.
because I thought you would grab that because you like the Viking stuff too.
And I don't care about stupid games that are in the middle of these magazines though.
The
I
thing is
just
that
got
this
finished
is
saying
it's
we
based
were
on a
right
real
on
game though,
schedule.
so I
Everything was
thought that's why
good.
you would have taken it
Nah,
because it's based on a real game.
I hate chess.
Oh,
Okay, my first ad will be on. First of all, I will only have one ad because the other one is just to say that there's tons of Judge Dredd ads in this magazine. There's one on
yeah.
29,
I
which
noticed that there was a ton of Judge Dredd.
that's Anderson, and then there's a that's Judge Dredd Companion, and then there's one on 91 also.
Is that where we're going? Or
No, it's just my ads. City Block is the other one. It's a floor plans for Judge Dredd. It's kind of fun. That's it. That'll be my first one. I got a second one too, but Judge Dredd. It's very popular in this magazine.
Must be a full court press trying to make that happen.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay, Pat, what's your ad?
I got a couple. So
Oh
we'll go to page
God,
9 first.
sweet Jesus.
Take Command of Kryn, the Dragonlance Adventures book. While I wasn't playing D&D actively, I did occasionally go into the game stores just because you can't not ever get out of your system. And I would just go to browse. And I remember seeing this hardback, and I was thinking, oh my God, Dragonlance is taking over D&D.
Well, at the time there's not many other hardbacks coming out. That's why. But
Yeah.
I remember this ad because it was always in the magazines. But classic ad.
I think I have this, but I can't tell because the art is so iconic.
Yeah.
I remember having I believe, a hardcover Dragonlance, but it might not be this, so I don't know for sure. But
I
boy, oh
think
boy, is
at
that
some
cover.
point I ended up with the 3 modules for Dragonlance, but
Like
I
the
never played
originals?
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I never read them. I honestly, I don't even remember how I fell into them. I don't know if someone gave them to me or if I broke down and actually bought them at a game store.
Yeah.
But I never played them and I never read them, so I couldn't even tell you how those adventures worked.
Yeah. Never played Dragonlance at all. There you go. Kryn.
Kryn.
Okay.
Okay, so I should dig out my books and see if I do have all these things that I talk about having. Um, if we could go to page 37. This is going to be a wild one for me. We're looking at the
Another GW.
Goblobber,
Yeah, another GW ad. There's a lot of GW ads in this magazine also.
the Citadel miniatures for $20. Look, it's got what, 5 dwarf miniatures, and I love the sculpts. Look at those guys. I'm not even a dwarf guy, but those guys are pretty dope.
No knees.
Then you got you got the catapult that's launching apparently an orc who's
It's a
It's a
goblin.
goblin. Hence the goblobber.
well, I think isn't that just a gobbo, just a slang for
Uh,
like all
not
of those
not
greenskins?
not when it comes to GW lore. They're
Oh,
distinctly 2 different things.
so the ones that are in pillories in the front of the War
Oh,
Machine
I don't think
there?
those are pillories. I think those are headless.
Those are just heads
Yeah.
mounted to the front of that thing.
Oh, I thought that was ammunition, but
Oh, could be, I guess.
because there's well, maybe.
Because I don't see any other arms other than the one hand, and that
Uh,
might not even be a hand. That might be a head.
I don't know.
mm,
And anybody actually had this miniature? Please let us know.
for $20, that was reasonable at
At
the
the time,
time. For
they was probably like, wow, this is expensive compared to now. That'd be
Well,
like a
it's
$200 model.
if we match inflation, it'll probably be right on point for GW
Mhm.
uh,
price wise.
$20 for 5 miniatures plus the War Machine seems pretty reasonable to me at even at the time.
In
But
'87, I have to. I still remember paying less than $1 for gas in '87, and that's why I think this is kind of expensive.
hmm,
It's
okay, well,
$54 in today's money. That's about right. I think you're right. That's about
yeah,
Yeah.
reasonable.
yeah, a little
Not
expensive.
okay. I'll agree with you. Not unreasonable, but
But yeah, I'm not a
Well,
dwarf guy, but I like those sculpts, and I kind of like the twee fun aspect of it until I was told that maybe those are decapitated and or
maybe you're right. Maybe they are just held there for. No matter what, they're whipping these poor goblins into
as
like
ammunition.
yeah. It's not
but
nice.
when they strike the opponent, there's a bonk sound, like a
Not a
comical
splat.
bonk.
I think it was more of like a splat sound when it hits the walls of a castle.
A castle, it would be a boing.
I'm going to agree with Jack. I think those guys are marked as ammunition because if you read the text, one of the dwarfs screams to truss them up. Here's our ammunition.
Well, there you go.
So it could be. We don't know. But anyways, that was my ad.
I do
And
like how
since
the rules are right in the ad too, which is kind of funny.
you've you've been a fan of both posting stat lines and rules
Yeah,
for
GW does
these
that.
kinds of things, and how can you argue against it? You got the space, you put that in there, you know
Well,
what you're getting.
Well,
this is a
nowadays you'd have to wait 18 years for the book to come out, and then it would be.
yeah, this is a Perry twin model too.
Okay, does it
Oh,
say that somewhere?
Yeah, it's designed by Michael and Alan Perry.
Oh, cool.
oh,
That's why you like it so much. They are like the known to be the best sculptors. Whose turn is it? Mine again?
no, I believe we're done. That was me finishing up this round of ads.
Yeah, but this is a nice one. On page 107, you get to see some pretty girls.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
intrigued.
Betrayed. It's Grey Death Legion. It's Galtor campaign, which is actually a campaign for the what's it called? The large scale. What they call that?
Battle Force.
Battle Force.
Battle Force.
Yeah. Instead of for the regular BattleTech, but it's I like the art. I just wanted to show off the art. It's some girls. Probably one of them is what's her name? Lori. I don't know who the other one is, but yeah, Galtor campaign. Yeah. It
Okay.
one's a the one with the dark hair is a Davian. She got Davian. The other one's the Great Death Legion.
Yeah.
It's Poppy Lori.
Yeah, I agree with you.
You've
Anyways,
always been a fan of the strong female pilot, robot pilot. That's been your jam for a long time.
sure. Isn't it everyone's? Yeah. So that's my last ad. Pat,
All
go
right,
ahead.
I got another girl ad, so let's go to page 27 so we can see some pretty girls.
Oh, this is what this has become now, is it?
Pretty girls, as in ships.
So here we are, Interceptor, the minis. These ones are the ones original done by FASA, and they were metal or Raw Partha at the time, I think. And since I have the new version, I like that they kept the same forms of all these ships. I think, as a matter of fact, you might have used the Guardian on that day we played, Rob.
Maybe. I do recognize the ships for sure. The
Yeah,
Spiculum is definitely a famous ship
yeah.
from the game.
And I think I was using the Veritum when I went blacked out, flamed out, and out of control.
Could be. But
So,
it's a strange world, this Interceptor. It's like a Roman space game.
yeah. It's
an odd.
I enjoyed it. Enjoyed it a lot. So Renegade Allegiance, and I'm glad that we're getting some new minis and everything, and a revamp of the game. So
Fun.
Renegade Legion,
yes,
as in not just like the French Foreign Legion or
no,
a
like a Roman Legion.
but a
Legionnaires. Yeah.
Roman Legion.
Oh,
Oh,
There's
as a
even a like gladiatorial game where I don't think we've come to it yet. I'm sure it'll pop up eventually, but we'll talk about it then. But it's very Roman. So
very Roman.
as a casual observer, I did not make the connection until it
Just
was
now.
thrust before my face.
Well, this should bring it into focus then. If we go to page 35,
The slippery slope of continuing a conversation and letting.
and now we got Might and Magic, and now we're starting to see computer games coming into circulation. And I will say I did love playing this game on my friend's Apple IIc. This is where we're starting to play role-playing games now on
yeah,
computers instead of paper. So I think I gravitated towards Might and Magic a lot and Ultima because I wasn't playing RPGs with my friends anymore. I was just getting my fix on the computer.
I definitely remember Might and Magic 2. I think I don't think I ever played the first one.
So I just wanted to point that out. We're starting to move into the computer age now.
I do remember having to go through the dungeons without the lichen on the walls and stuff, and you're walking through and opening doors and stuff. Yeah, fun times.
Not fun at all. That is my weakness. I lose my sense of direction in a video game almost immediately.
He's like,
I
what?
hate.
Where am I?
Yeah.
Always just follow the left-hand wall is what I do.
And our buddy Dave, so that we had our niches, and he knew, just follow me. Okay, good, because I can't do it.
All right, but that's it for me. I'm tapped out.
Jack, do you have another ad?
No, so I guess I'll have to ask Rob, since
No,
the rules are.
I have no more ads. Don't worry. It's over.
We went
Jack.
from this will be the shortest episode ever to
It's still
think might be one of our longest.
Nah, it's still one of the shortest.
So let's see if we can't wrap this up in a neat little bow. Thank you all for following along with us in our exploration of Dragon Magazine. We're going to keep plugging away until such a time as either the magazine fails or one of our hearts.
We're gonna keep on keeping on,
except if one of us dies contractually.
actually.
Or we just say, okay, we give up. This is no longer fun.
It's true. So, anyways, Rob always tells me I have to do this, and then anyone else have any plugs, any parting words before we get out of here?
Just like, share, and subscribe. Comment. We love answering the comments.
You can find us on Twitter or Facebook. Sorry, X. Did I call it Twitter? I'm so behind the times.
X.
X gonna give it to you.
Yeah.
Or Degeneration X.
I don't get the reference.
It's wrestling.
Poor Jack. He didn't get rapping or wrestling.
He wasn't in the wrestling.
No, all of my hobby likes end around S. After that, anything that starts with the letter after that, I have no idea about.
He's a Puritan. He doesn't know what X-rated is.
No. How about we wrap this up? Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week, hosted by one of these other two fine gentlemen.
And my name's Rob.
Bye.